And I'm joined by my colleagues Moni, Deepa and Saurabh, who are in the east of India in West Bengal, where there's a high voltage fight as assembly elections get underway today. The first phase of crucial assembly polls in West Bengal will be held today, with Trinamool Congress and Chief Mamata Banerjee facing a tough fight from left Congress combined. 18 constituencies in West Bengal will go to polls today, where 8 seats in Maoist affected areas in West Bengal will go to polls in the first phase of elections. Voting will end by early, around 4 p.m. due to security reasons in 13 Naxal affected areas, and the remaining seats will vote till 6 p.m. Elections will be held in West Bengal's Maoist affected areas, where the Election Commission has put in place additional security measures to ensure that a free and fair poll process is held. 133 candidates will try their luck from districts of West Midnapur, Purulia and Bankura. I'm now joined by Moni Deepa Banerjee from Lalgarh. Moni, it's first day of elections and polling there where you are. What are the key issues that will affect voter turnout?
Well, at the moment, let me just first show you voter turnout. Unlike in the past, and I'm talking about pre-2007, voter turnout early this morning has been kind of low. Usually, it's festive season when it's voting season in Bengal, and by now, I had thought there would be very long queues already. People queuing up to vote early to beat the heat and to beat the waiting. But at the moment, polling has just opened. You can see and hear the sounds, but the crowds are still thin. But everybody is coming in to poll as quickly as possible. Most people I have been speaking to say that, given the past experience, 2011 and before that, when this entire area was Maoist dominated, they just want to get this out of the way as quickly as possible. There is a huge deployment of security forces. There are practically no Maoists in this Jungle Mahal area anymore, but nobody wants to take any chances. And so, polling a little thin in the morning today, but it's sure to get brisker by the minute. The issue, of course, is going to be development. And I'm quoting Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool on this one. And you did mention that, one of the issues that has come up is the Congress and the left alliance in Bengal this time. We saw Rahul Gandhi coming into Bengal and getting quite a reception from red flag-bearing cadre. Well, here in this particular constituency, that understanding, an alliance, or whatever it is you want to call it, has not worked. There is a Trinamool candidate who is a minister. There is Chunibala Hasda, who belongs to the Jharkhand party Naren, which has quite a hold in this area traditionally. And then, of course, there is a Congress candidate as well as a BJP one. So this is at least a four-corner fight, and it is going to be quite a tough one, except that, perhaps I should not be standing at a polling station and saying this. I was in this Lalgarh area back in 2008, 2009, when it was completely dominated by the Maoists, and the kind of situation it was at that time. Since then, there has been visible development, whether it's roads, bridges, schools, colleges, etc. And certainly, that is going to play a huge role in the way people vote. Most important issue in the entire Jungle Mahal area is rice at 2 rupees a kilo. That's probably really going to weigh on people's mind. That is what has been made available. But of course, there are other issues. There are questions about candidates and whether they have performed up to expectation, whether there has been corruption. All these issues together make Lalgarh a really fascinating case study. Lalgarh, which is part of the Jhargram constituency.
Thanks, Moni. I'm also joined by Saurabh, who's in Midnapur. Saurabh, this is also a Maoist hit area. Will fear perhaps cast a shadow on voter turnout today?
Well, like Monideepa was saying, if you go by previous years, of course, the voter turnout seems to be a little slow early in the morning. And I'm at a polling booth where, people have come, there are lines, but clearly it's not perhaps as long as one would have seen earlier. Maybe it'll pick up during the day, and that's something that everyone would expect. But yes, voter turnout this time in these areas which were hit by the Maoist insurgency is all about development. That's something that people want here. People want to live away from the shadow of the gun, and they want jobs so that they don't have to go to other places to work, so that they can live close to their families and then work here. So obviously a lot of the votes here will be cast on the grounds of development, is what people who are here have been saying, whether they want development, and that's something that they've made it very clear. Now also the fact is that yes, security is extremely tight. Central security forces are in place. In earlier years, it would have been difficult for people to come and cast their vote, given that there was an insurgency that was here. But this time around, there's security, there are roads, and people can go and cast their vote, and people are turning up. And one does expect the voting numbers or to pick up, going by just the lines we see at voting booths early in the day, later in the day.
Thank you, Saurabh and Monideepa, for bringing us all those details. We will, of course, be tracking all that developing story. But it's not just West Bengal. In Assam, the ruling Congress, the BJP, AGP and the BPF alliance, along with the AIUDF, are locked in a keen battle today. The first phase of elections that begin today will be held in 65 of the 126 constituencies. A total of 539 candidates are contesting in the first phase, and security has been tightened across the state, with the Indo-Bangla border along the Barak Valley's Karimganj district sealed and more than 40,000 security personnel deployed across Upper Assam, hilly districts, northern banks and Barak Valley. The first phase will witness mostly direct contests between the ruling Congress and the BJP, AGP, BPF alliance, though the AIUDF has also put up 27 candidates. And from Jorhat, I'm joined by Sandeep Phukan. Sandeep, will this Sonowal break the Gogoi spell? Will it change this time?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, but let me tell you, give you a feel of the place from where we are reporting. It's just 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. Look at that queue. Of course, I must say that Jorhat has a reputation of starting their day early, but just see how long this queue is. This is the booth where Chief Minister Mr. Gogoi casts his vote. He hasn't yet come. We are told that he'll come in early because he has to attend a couple of rallies. Rahul Gandhi is scheduled to come here, but a fairly long queue. I was speaking to a young man who's come all the way from Shillong, about 10-12 hours of journey. He's come here specially to cast vote and go back. And can I speak to you in Hindi, English?
Whatever you prefer.
Okay, so now tell me that you've come all the way from Shillong to cast your vote.
Yes, definitely.
Obviously, you have something in mind. What are the main issues that will determine your vote?
This election especially, people are looking for a change. Definitely, the 15 years of ruling of Congress, they have seen in and out of everything. So this is for a cause existence of Assam's people outside this election.
So different people have different reasons. There was a very interesting signage put up here. Can we show the balloons here? It's a festival-like atmosphere here, and it's a very well-organized booth where the Election Commission poster says "Festival of Democracy." And to take part in that festival, you see so many people who have come in. Let's try and speak to some of these young ladies who have come in. You said you wanted to come early to avoid the queue, but you're still in a queue.
Yeah, but still it's small.
Okay, it's a much smaller queue.
Much smaller queue, yeah.
So as the day progresses, you think that the queue is going to
Yeah,
get
definitely.
longer.
It's a VIP center and the queue is going to get longer and longer. So it's better to come early to cast the vote.
Right. And you're not a first-time voter?
No, I'm not a first-time voter.
So what are the issues that will determine your vote?
15 years of the same government. Definitely people are looking for a change.
You've never seen another government before so far?
So far, yeah, I have seen, but 15
But what kind of issues will development, stability, what are the polling issues?
Definitely, 15 years of the same government, people of Assam is looking for a change, and I hope this election will bring up that pretty much change. And whatever issues Assam is facing, definitely we hope may the best party win, and that party may solve the issues.
May the best party win. Very well said by this young lady. Of course, I mean, this has been one recurrent theme. 15 years, many of them haven't seen any other government other than Congress. Many of the first-time voters, let me tell you, who have turned 18, they wouldn't have seen any other government. So many are rooting for change. Many say that no, stability is more important. So, depending on who you talk to, you get different views. But all of them saying that may the best party win.